right, blessed love, everyone. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys doing wonderful. Blessed love to each and everyone. All right, guys, today is a beautiful day. I just want to say something before I continue with this topic. The topic tonight, do and there is any such thing as generation curse, right? But I just want to say this. Family is very important, especially when you have good family, especially when you have loyal family, especially when you have a good family that stand behind you, that help support you. Appreciate them. You must appreciate them because it's hard to find people today that you could, that will go to the extent that your family might go to. Yeah, there's people who might help you, yes, which is true. We understand that. But when come on your family and the extent of love and care that they have for you, I think you should pay more attention and I appreciate your family because at the end of the day, man, we hit in a time now where it's getting so serious, tough, it's getting harder and harder every day. So it ain't no time to make a few little words. You know what I'm saying? Make you get upset with your family. No. Hey Fifi Johnny, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, you know what I mean? Sometimes, guys, it's good to take a break and spend some time with your family. Give them that family time. It's important, man. You know what I'm saying? The thing is you can't be too busy for family. Don't do that to yourself. You cannot be too busy for family. Family, you check what I'm saying? You have your family for the ladies, you have your husband, you have your kids. You cannot be too busy for them. You have, hey, Nasa the goat, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Then you have wife, your husband. Never too much time. Never too much time to spend with them. Appreciate your loved ones because man is listen me, like I keep saying, if it's not by your doorstep, that does not mean. Can I ask you a question? Yes, go ahead. That does not mean it's not happening. It's happening everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you and your family have a few little bad words, please chime in it because I'm telling you, an old guy was giving me a story today and listen me, it was sad. It was really sad. So this is why I'm saying this. Appreciate your family and your closest family to you is if it's for the woman, is her husband and her children. For the husband, your wife and your children, that's the closest family. Then you have your cousin and your brothers and your sisters. But your family, to you could never spend enough time. So yes, you got to take a break sometimes for your family, for real. This ain't no joke. Okay. How do you get the energy to make amazing video every day? Oh, wow. Well, I try. I just try. It's things that I basically do. I try to show the people that if they're interested, they could actually learn something the way I do it. And not saying you have to take away how you do your stuff, but learning different things is always a blessing. So yeah, so that's what I get. That's where I get the energy. It's something I do on the regular, so it becomes like nothing. It's become natural. Is this your first time here? And thank you for being here, and you're welcome, Papa Godia. Hey, Papa Godia, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on, guys? Yes, guys. Tonight topic is is there such thing as generational curse? Is there such thing as generational curse? When we look back, right? when we look back and the way we were brought up, I'm not saying the way we were brought up is any bad way. That's not what I'm saying. But this topic could go in a wide range, and I really don't want to take it to that wide range, because if I do that, it's going to be too much. It's going to be all night thing. So I don't want to carry it to that wide range, because the topic is broad. You know, sometimes you could take it the religious way, you know, like the religious way. There's some people say, oh, somebody put a curse at you, and that's not really what I want to get to. What I want to get to is, yes, what I want to get to is, here I want to get to, is generational curse. Is it really something that called generational curse? No, when I look at it, I'll say it could be. But how, if it's possible, why are we still holding on and carrying it on? Taking it from, it passed on to us. Why are we taking it and take it to our next generation? If it's a cause, we're supposed to try to break it and get, you understand, try our best to break it, not to take it over to our next generation. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna, in many ways, like you might grow up, we might grow up, and you know, our parents might be a certain way. If you, or if I don't like the way my parents is, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do things different. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna do things different. I'm not gonna hold on onto what, because I don't like it. So why am I, you know, I'm gonna try change it, and you know, change it to pass it down to the next generation. I used to believe generation cause exists, but not anymore. Okay, got you. Even though it exists, it should be able to eliminate. You see, it should be, we are the one who holding that. You check what I'm saying? We holding it to as a generational cause, and that's the problem. We holding it and believe in it, and then we grab on it, and then we hold it and we struggle with it, and then we pass it on to our next generation, which is our children. Then our children hold on, grab it, and pass it on. No, if we start looking at things as, nah, man, you know what I mean? I don't like that situation. I don't like how I see you dwell. I don't like what you do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to dwell the same way with my kids. No, you have the opportunity to cut that. That energy there, you have the opportunity to cut that energy and dwell on something else. You know, the reason why, because kids, many kids, hey Rando From, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Many people, is this your first time here? Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you here. You always welcome. If anyone first night, thank you guys. You always welcome. All right. Sometimes, and I hear it many times, right? Sometimes you hear children might be saying, yeah, mom, you know, the way how did, you know, and you know, the way how I grew up, I didn't like, and then such and this happened and that happened. But what are you gonna be doing? That's the thing. You're the one who carrying it on, as far as I see. What are you, instead of complaining about what someone did in the past, you should be breaking, you should be walking. If you claim it's a cause, you should be walking to end it, not hold it and dwell on it and take it on to your children, that burden to your children. You start something else. So what I believe is we is the one who manifest this thing and keep dragging it down to generation to generation. When we ourselves could stop it. If it's not something you like, don't dwell on it. End it. Say, I'm not going to pass this down to my kids, to my generation. You see? Exactly. If we can acknowledge that it exists, then why haven't we yet eliminated it, right? I think the situation is a choice or a chop. Yeah, right? Because that's what we were taught, so we end up believing that. And that's a good one. That's a good one there. Thank you for mentioning that, Fifi. That's a good one there. That's basically explain a whole lot right there. That explain a whole lot. If we know it's a generational course that keep coming, that keep transforming, why don't we eliminate it? Why don't we say to our take it upon ourselves and say, you know what, I'm not taking this on. You see what I'm saying? And like you say, if we can acknowledge that it exists, then why haven't we eliminated it? I think the situation is a choice or a trap. You said it. It's a choice or a trap, right? And also, it could be both. And you know what? Maybe it's both. Because it's a trap word. It is a trap word when it's a generation course. Because if there's, because with me, there's still, hey, Urban, how you doing? Thank you for being here. There's many things. I saw stuff. You know what I'm saying? I saw stuff where I see where we could have owned, like you could have able to own more. You see what I'm saying? You have the ability for own more, and then they just settle. You know what I mean? So now, when I look at it now, I say, no, if you have the opportunity to own more, why just settle? You see what I'm saying? When you have, so you might see your parents do something in a certain manner that you mightn't appreciate or you mightn't like because that's what you feel. You feel, I don't like this, right? So, okay, if you feel you don't like it, then we're supposed to change it. Some people, you know what? Some people, I think some people is stronger than some people. I really do because certain things, some people just cannot let go. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you hear you hear people saying, you know, how they grow up on these things, but they're not letting it go. You cannot, you know, you could remember, nothing wrong with remembering it, because you're a human being. Nothing wrong with remembering it, but don't make it hinder you from moving on and don't take it. If you don't like it, don't take it to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? So maybe some people will say it's let me see what Urban say. I think course is a mindset that we teach each other. Thank you for saying that, Urban. Thank you for saying that because this is why the topic says, you know what I mean? Basically, I'm asking a question. Basically, is it really is you're right? It's a mindset. It is a mindset, and when we dwell on it, because it's a mind. Yes, you're right. And when we dwell on it, we hold on it, and then we drag it down and push it off to our next generation. I remember, right? There was this family. What was sisters? Was about four sisters, and these four sisters could not get along for nothing. They on the street, they arguing, they cussing, they you check what I'm saying, and they all have children. You see? They all have children that watching this thing every day while they arguing and battling. Now, if the child is not strong enough to decide, I'm not gonna be cussing with people the way my parents was doing it, they will take that on. The mindset, you're right, they will take that on to the another generation. So I do believe it, I agree with you. I believe it's a mindset. I do believe it's a mindset. I do believe it is a mindset. It's a mindset that we accept, something we accept. And when we accept it, what we do, we move it on. So it continue rolling on to generation. But when we say no, when we ain't accept it, we end it. We end it. You see? History repeat itself also. I see some teenagers, mom, and now the kids are teenagers, Bobs. Right. Where they tell the kids to not make their savings. Exactly. That's a good one there, Oban. That's a good one there as well. Yes, this is what happening. So now, because of what you see, this is the thing. This is why I say I believe some people is weaker than some. Because you see that. Number one, look at it this way, right? You grew up as a child. Your mother, say mother have plenty kids. Say mother have plenty kids, and you see the struggle. You see how your mom struggled with all the kids. You know how it was hard. 6 years a single parent. Make it worse. 6 years a single parent. And you see all that struggle. That should make you say, no way. I'm not gonna be going through this type of struggle. What I'm not gonna make kids young, and I'm not gonna have this amount of kids because I don't want to go through what I see my mom is going through. So now you decide, no, I'm gonna walk and make sure that ain't happen. But guess what? Sometimes even as one, it does happen too, or two. Sometimes they take up that same trend. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes that trend continue. So it's in many ways, many aspects. This thing could continue and push forward. We got to be the one to say no instead of accepting it. And I believe this is where we go wrong, is accepting it and not trying to change it. And we've been doing a lot of this, accepting things without trying to change it. This is why things that happened hundreds of years ago, even though we don't agree with it, we're still doing it today because we never try to stop it. We hold on it and keep passing it down. Then when we see our children doing the same thing, then we want to know, why didn't you? Yes, you should have ended it. Now, some people just not strong enough. That's the thing. There's people who will just say, nah, I'm not gonna do it. There's people who naturally gotta walk on it for make sure it ain't happen. It becomes normal because that was instilled from a young age. So the nonsense will continue if is nothing else to compare it with, to make a sensible decision when you become an adult. Yep. You see, and this is the thing too, man. And like I always say too, if a child feel like their parents did not do things the way they expect them to, well, change it. You see what I'm saying? If you don't like it, then you stop it. You change it. You make sure that that ain't passed down to your next generation. But instead of that, you're going to hear that, but still, you dwelling on it and you passing it down. That doesn't make sense. So to me, it's a mindset, and it is a mindset. It definitely is a mindset. So to me, it is a mindset and the way we think and the things we accept. And instead of we try to break certain things, we dwell on it, and that's another problem. Dwelling on it is also a problem. Let it go, move forward. Nothing wrong with remembering. You as a human, of course, you're gonna remember. Seems environment is the true factor and the opportunity, not some mysterious power cause. Eh, And you know what? Right, right. And you know what? This is the thing we've been taught so much. You see what I'm saying? We taught these things so much that we don't blame ourselves. We always believe it's something create and making this happen. But we're not, you see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you're living in a neighborhood and you have young kids, right? Like Urban say, the environment. If you live in a neighborhood and you don't find that neighborhood is what you see happening in this neighborhood, and this is another way again. What you might be see happening in the neighborhood, you feel like, damn, oh no, man, this is too much. But guess what? You would not move. You still sit there for 15, 20 years, 30 years, and you would not move, even though you see what's taking place. And then your kids grow up from baby, seeing all that, and you see what I'm saying? Now they believe that's life. Might be only a couple or a few kids might say, I don't want this life, so I'm going to move on to something else. But majority stuck in that same trap. Just like you had the opportunity to move and change that situation. So yes, sometimes we're looking for mysterious, as Oban say, take for trade situation. When is we got to change situation for better ourselves? Because if you see a neighborhood, is that best? Is not the way you feel like your children should grow up? Why you sticking there? Try your best to move so they could be able to live in somewhere you would like them to live. But you stay there, you grow them up there. What do you expect? So the environment as well, it's another situation. Yep. The reality is that sometimes you have to distance yourself from the environment, and sometimes it's hard decision because it is your family. That is true. And family is important, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, some family, you just got to pull away yourself for real. You cannot, you cannot allow them to keep you in that spot. And it might say easier said than done, but you got to work on that, man, because you can't allow them to, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's your family and you feel like, man, this is my family. But what about them? They're supposed to feel the same. You is their family. You know what I mean? We're supposed to look out for each other. But we can't make people keep us in situation we don't want to be. You living in a neighborhood, whether your family there, yes or no, you don't like it for your for your kids. If you gotta move, you just make move. Yes. Fear hold us back. That's another good one there. Fear hold us back. Which is true. Fear is something that's really messed our life up for real. Fear could really mess your life up. Because sometimes, like I was now saying, you're in a neighborhood and the situation. No, your thing is no. But if I move, I ain't know nobody where I'm going. What if I move and thing ain't work out? What, the what if so much question, but you just got to be positive and remember where you at. You at a place where you're not comfortable. So do what you got to do, man, and get out of there. Listen me. I hear people complain a lot, but yet they're not moving. And maybe they fear, maybe it's fear. They're not moving. But you got to remember, for your children's sake, that's not the environment you want them to grow up into. Because even as one of them will get trapped in that environment. You just as you just wanna know the decision you make. You did your best that not to make no decision at all. You know what I'm saying? You just wanna know. My door is open. Hold on. That's life because that's what they know from birth and they grow up without the vision to see that better can be done and they have the ability to achieve more. That's the thing. That belief thing they have. You see what I'm saying? That this is it. And this, like what you now say the Fifi, this is the same thing I'm now talking about there. You could, if you can move just to make things different for your family, make a move because, like what you now said, they grow up and that's the life they see. That's the vision they see. So they accept that. You see, they accept that. That's become life for them. You see, when there's so much more. So what I'm saying is, if I grow up in a neighborhood that you don't like and you don't appreciate, you don't like the dwellings, right? Then why would you allow your kids, your next generation, to come in that same lifestyle? I think you should try. Don't make fear get into your system. Don't make fear get into your system that you scared to make this move. Because this is why we calling it today a generational curse. Why? Because we not changing the pattern. We allow it to carry on. We got to break it. You don't like it, then break it. I know it's easier said than done, but try. That's all I can say. Try to break it that you could move on and show them a different life, a brighter future. If they decide to go different, that's them. You know you did your part of removing them from what you see or what you know and you didn't like. So you remove them and you put them in a different area. Now it's them now. It's them now to see that you take them from where you want, move them somewhere else, that it might be a better environment for them. So it's their job now to continue that. Continue that to their kids instead of taking it back from where you take them to where you were. You see what I'm saying? So it is a mindset. And at the end of the day, is how we all think and what we decide. You check what I'm saying and what we not decide. But the truth is, family sometimes, man, you love them, but sometimes it's better from a distance sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you and I get along better from a distance. And when I say family, I'm talking about family members like cousin, them kind of family. And, sometimes it's really better. Sometimes it could be a sister, sometimes it could be a brother too in situation. Sometimes you get along better from a distance. But I mean, Where we see happening today now, there should be something that brings back family together. There should be something that bring back family together. Why I'm saying this? Because we see what's happening. We see what's going on. We see how things changing on the regular. We see how every day is something new. We see where every day there's some flood somewhere, there's something going on somewhere, how much people lost there, you know. We're seeing that. This is not the time for us to try to stray away from each other. This is the time for us to come together. But you can't just take people. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to be on the family or not. They got to be on that same mindset because you don't want to just say, all right, let's go. But only you one is on that with the mindset. You want everybody to come together and build together, and that's what you want, but not everyone gonna come with that intention. So it's hard to do that, but I'm just saying that should be the mindset that we getting into now, where we got to start. Because I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing where people actually moving back. I'm seeing kids moving back home. I'm seeing grown people moving back home. Yes, like-minded people. You said it right. Like-minded people, because you could also take people in who have no interest. They're just into using you for what they can get from you. So it has to be 100% like-minded people. I agree with that. I agree with that. What I'm noticing now, I'm noticing that grown people now, grown children, 30, 40 years, moving back home. I'm seeing grown people, 30, 40, in their 40s, moving back home to their parents' house. And we might say, damn, you that age and going back home to your family. Well, here what? Maybe that's the best thing to do at this moment. Once you and your parents could come together, come and get along pretty well, maybe that's because these days, people who used to be doing one job and comfortable now looking for a second job. Could you see what I'm coming from? People who was doing one job and living comfortable, now that job cannot maintain their lifestyle. Now they're looking for a second job. And here what? You're looking for a second job, but at the end of the day, the machine them eating up the jobs them. So if this is why I'm saying, if you know you have family, I'm just saying, and you want to try to get like-minded people. You check what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might have three extra bedroom in your house. Say you have a house, and you have three extra bedroom in your house. But don't get me wrong, you cannot just bring any and anybody in your house, because I wouldn't do it. Even as a family member, this is your space. This is where you live in. This is where you and your family reside. Sometimes you bring people to your place and they want to disrespect you. They want to do things you're not doing in your own house. So you got to be mindful of that too. You check what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, for the people who have good relationship with their family or their mother, your mother might be home, Your mother still have 2 extra bedroom. Why, you know what I mean? You and your mother have a beautiful relationship. I'm just saying, guys, I'm just putting opinion. I'm not saying that you guys must do that. I'm just shooting opinion out there because I'm seeing it happening. I'm seeing people leaving where they live and go back home because now they find that now they could help their parents and at the same time help themselves. But it's a, you know, it might be a hard decision. I'm not saying that everybody must do that. I'm only saying if you have a great relationship, because people actually doing it, people moving back home. Because, you know, someone was telling me today that their rent move up to $400. I'm saying, hell no. What you mean $400? $400 add on to their rent at once. That's a hard blow, man. That's a hard blow. So true, they learn how hard it is now. That's they now that want to help. Yeah, so true. Yes, it's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough out there. It's really tough. So people heading back home, and that's why I always say, if you when you leave in your parents' home, leave on good terms. I always say that. When you leave in your parents' home, leave on good terms. In case anything, you could say, Mom, I'm coming back. Dad, I'm coming back. And they welcome you. Live on good terms. Because I'm telling you, time is getting hard. Sadly, this is a culture I'm familiar with. There's relatives can't reside together for too long, but I've seen it work in. You know what? You know what? You said it right. You said it right. Wait a minute. Hold a second, guys. You, you know what? You said it right. Every other culture, every other culture can I seen it work with every other culture where they work together. They actually work together. You know, I remember, right? Let me tell you this one, right? I remember there was a building with some people did rent apartment, right? Some of the guys work at night, some work at day. So when some coming in, some going out, and they work with that for years, just like that. But somehow or the other, in my culture, that's almost impossible. And it's the truth, you're right. It's almost impossible where people could naturally live together for a period of time. Yes, that's true. Some people right now fighting kids to pay a bill. Now they ask them all to leave and are getting intentional student who you see, I mean, oh man, listen to me. Kids are all about clothes. I mean, listen to me. When you really check it out, man, it is what it is, man. And sometimes these kids got to get to an understanding that listen, me, there's bills got to pay, and there's responsibility while you live in, whether you live in home or you live in out there. There's responsibility. If I choose to tell you you ain't got to pay no bill, that's my decision, and that's for a reason. That's for you to save that you could help yourself in the future. So that's my decision. But there's parents who might need that extra help. You see what I'm saying? And you up inside there and you're not trying to do nothing. So some fighting the kids to pay bills. No, they ask them to all right. These kids, I mean, they should be paid something. What you say? They should be paid something. Hey, all things, Scotty, how you doing? Thank you for being here. They're gonna learn quick. Let me see. That's a brilliant. Yes, yes. It works. It works. You'll be surprised how much these people can save. It's actually work. It's actually work. But in our culture, it's just hard to maintain. You know what I'm saying? But yes, generation course, man. This is save and sanctify. What's up? Thank you for being here. Yes, generation course. We as the people, we as individual is what carry it on. We because sometimes we sit down and we play the blame game. We keep blaming people. We keep blaming this one. We keep blaming that one. If that is the case, let's end the generation course and change things. You see what I'm saying? Change things up. Change things up that it could work for you in your style, the way you want it, and for the way you want to pass it on to your kids, your next generation. Because at the end of the day, everybody is different. And I might be strong enough to say, I'm not doing it. And somebody might persuade them to do it and they end up doing it. You see what I'm saying? So we all are different, but generation, it I do believe is a mindset, and I do believe is we, the people, who carry it on because we sit down and dwell on the mind game. Hey, my journey to success, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. So yes, it is a mindset. It is a mindset. We got to end it. And sometimes kids, sometimes too, we all grow up in different environment as well. You know what I'm saying? And the environments have a lot to do with how we grow up sometimes. Hey, boy, Blue, how you doing? Thank you for being here. The environment have a lot to do with how we grow up sometimes. But if we see that our parents grew up a certain way, and their policy, you didn't like their policy of how they grow up, you don't take that and pass it on to your children. You try to end it, and I think this is important. End that policy that they encountered because you don't like it. But instead, what we do, we hold on and we dwell on it, and then we pull it forward. And then we just rest it on to our children. Then we want to know how our children, where you get that from, how, no, we pass it on to them. So we just got to understand many things is mindset. And many things we've been taught is to put we in a spot, is to put we in a place where we're not going to think too much. Because when you already have the answer, then you don't need to think. If you think you have the answer, then you ain't going to think because you already think you have the answer. You know what I'm saying? We got to, sometimes we have to question a lot of things that we've been taught, man, and can't just hold on to everything, especially for what we see in today, man. Too much going on today. We cannot just hold on to everything we see. But generation course, it is my belief, it's a mindset. And we cannot carry them on. We got to end them. Nothing wrong with remembering because you have memories. You should remember. But don't make it keep you down. Don't make it keep you from going forward. You see what I'm saying? There's so much to achieve and accomplish that you have to continue to push forward. Sorry, my internet acting up. I don't know why it's. Are you serious? Maybe I need to go out and come back. Yes, guys. So what's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight, man? How you guys doing tonight? What you guys think about the topic, man? What you guys think about the topic? What do you guys think about the topic? What you guys got to say about the topic? I'm gonna drop the link if anyone feel like coming up and share some thoughts about this topic. You feel free to come up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a really interesting topic. I think a lot of people is actually struggling with this study because some people never move forward. Some people just stand up the same place, never get the opportunity to go forward. You know what I mean? So sometimes we have to break loose, man, because these things will hinder us. Okay. It's an interesting topic and it's a good to hear different. Yes, that's yes. I really, if anyone feel like coming up, man, and share some thoughts on this topic, I will like that because it is an interesting topic because yes, people actually go, you know what I mean? It's happening. I tell you, I listened to a guy today, man, and his story is really sad because he never let go. And he's an old guy. You see what I'm saying? He's an old guy and he never let go. I think today and last few weeks has been conscious conversation. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, but it's time. It's listen me. It's time. We have to listen me. I we have to have this conversation because these conversation we might be right here. It might affect us, but you never know. Someone might come in this live tonight, or maybe a next day, and hear this conversation, and this conversation could do something positive for them, because people really struggling with this situation don't know how to let go or even let go a portion. Some people grab on tight and pull in with it instead of release it. Yes, memory gonna come back. You're a human, you have memories. But dwelling on it, we have to let it loose. Because if we don't do that, the anger, sometimes your kids sit down and see how you're angry and only talking about it, and then guess what? They take it on to their generation. So I don't believe there is actually generation cause. I just believe we hold on to certain things that happened before and just carry it on. Interesting topic. I don't believe in generation cause. All right, boy, blue. You know what I mean? I think I really do think it's a mindset, and we keep carrying it on when we have the opportunity to end it. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but our exactly. None but ourselves can free our mind. Great words, beautiful. Yes, none but ourselves can free our mind. No one can do it. What are we to exist holding on to all the negative energy? I hope people know that anger shows on your face. Yep, that is true. That is true. Anger, you always angry, shows at your face. Why you think sometimes people say, what, why you don't smile? Put a smile on your face. Because they could naturally see you angry. You know what I'm saying? And it shows. And when you hold on the anger, it shows in you, it manifests in your system, it become a part of you. You become this angry person that everything somebody say, you upset, you're ready to explode, you're ready to jump because you angry, you're so angry. Well, all I can say to you, if you feel that you are so angry, break loose, let it go. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of time we call in cost on ourselves. We are the ones to put an end to it. I agree. I believe generation cause is real, but everyone has to be strong to move on because it's all well do. It's hold us back in life. Okay, well, that's your opinion, and I understand. I understand. That's how you feel. I understand. Hey, God eat some said, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? My journey to success, I understand what you're saying. You say you believe it's a generation course. Maybe I mean that's but what we're saying, right? What I'm saying is if it's a generation course, you know, you feel, you believe, every part of you feel it's a generation course. Then what are we going to do about it? Or we going to just hold on it, dwell on it, take it to another generation? Or we going to just say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that. Because you have a choice. You have a choice to decide whether you want to take that on or not. You see? So sometimes, I mean, everyone have their own opinion, and I'm not here to change anyone's opinion because it's an open discussion and everyone have a right to their own opinion. Okay? Yes, ICC Texas, ICC Texas Ghana, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. So you see, this is life, and this is why I mostly have open discussion. Why? Because I like everyone to have their own opinion. And, you know, we're not here to knock anyone's opinion. That's just your belief. If you believe it exists, that's your, I'm not going to knock you for that at all. If you believe it don't, and you know, that's not what we do here because we want to come to an understanding. We want to be on a reasoning ground where we could actually reason with each other instead of arguing with each other. You see what I'm saying? We want it to be a conversation of reasoning. So some might say it do exist. Some might say it ain't exist. But my thing, if you know it exists, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna allow it to manifest in you that you angry every day, or you allow everything get to you, and you know, and then take it on then to your kids them or your next generation? Or you're gonna say that's what I see coming down in my generation? I'm not dealing with it. I'm gonna make sure I make it pass through me onto the next generation. But it is a mindset, and This is why sometimes we got to free our mind sometimes, because if we don't free our mind, like I now mentioned, the anger that can, everything buzz you off. You don't want to, we as people, we can't live like that. We can't live that someone know. You grew up in days, right? Like you grew up boy days, and the people might somebody they know there's someone, right? There's someone who easy to get vexed. Anything you say, he get mad. Anything you say, he get mad. And you know what people do? They trigger him. They just say stuff because they know you're gonna explode. You can't give people the power over you in that form. You cannot allow people to have that power over you, that any little thing they say, you buzz out, and you check what I'm saying? You buzz out and you mad as hell, and you no. And it might be said easier said than done. But you know what? In life, some things take a walking process. Some things it just take a walking process towards it to accomplish it. So sometimes we as people have to take the time and put in the work. If you don't like it, then take the time, put in the work to eliminate that, because it's not working for you. You don't like it. So then figure out how you're gonna stop it. If your roof is leaking, this is just a reference, eh? If your roof is leaking, right? If your roof is leaking and water is coming in every time it's rain, water is coming in, what you gonna do? You're gonna just allow that to continue years upon years upon years upon years upon years, or you got to figure out a way. You might not have the money today, but guess what? You remember you have a leak, so now you walking towards fixing this leak. So if you could walk on physical thing, if you could walk on physical thing to get it fixed, then you also could walk on yourself. You see what I'm saying? We're not perfect. We're not perfect individual. We're not perfect. But if something bothering us, we could try to, get around it. Try to make sure it ain't bother us. We do what we got to do. But at the same time, our mindset, man, is is what keep us in this position. The way we think and the way we hold on. You know what I mean? This is why sometimes it's good to have an open mind. Sometimes it's good to have an open mind, because and next thing they tell us, oh, don't open your mind, because you're gonna open your mind to all different type of stuff. Well, if you close it, then you're not gonna know anything. So the thing is, close your mind, and whatever I tell you, just dwell on it. That's it. That's the truth. Don't do no thinking. Don't do no don't do no basically like checking to make sure it's true. Don't try to figure out if it's facts. I'm telling you, just close your mind and just take what I present to you. And this is what we've been doing for generation. Close our minds and just think about what we've been told. And now this is why we're in this position today. Now we try now to figure out how to actually use our mind that we have since we born. You check what I'm saying? We're trying to figure out now, because sometimes you might be home and something is telling you, man, man, go for a walk, man, and something is telling you, nope, Man, just stay in your house, man. Don't go down there, man. You know, and so there's two thoughts. One is telling you to go, and one is telling you not to go. And you got to get acquainted with these two thoughts. Honestly, you got to know them. You got to know which one to listen to. For real. You got to know which one to listen to for real. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like you have two thoughts speaking. One telling you not to go and one saying go. Sometimes you got to exercise that and figure out which one is the positive, which one is telling you facts, which one is leading you, which one is guiding you. You check what I'm saying? So, yes, it is a mindset when command generation. For me, it is a mindset when command generation. Well, I do believe it's a mindset. And is where we settle, man. Sometimes sometimes we settle in certain places where we don't need to, and sometimes we satisfy we too satisfied with certain things. Sometimes we got to take our extra step and step forward, man. That's how that's how we become great. And don't get it wrong, we are great. So if you believe you're not great, well, that's where you messing with yourself. When you believe you're not great, that's when you messing with yourself. Because we all great, we all gifted, you'll be surprised the amount of gift you have inside of you. You'll be surprised how much stuff you're capable of doing, but you never even try. How would you know? You see what I'm saying? How would you know if you never try? So yes, guys, we hitting it. Yes, mindset is everything. Yes, for real, it is. It is where that mind reside, man, and where you keep your mind is another thing. Where you keep it, and the things you also entertain as well. You can't entertain everything. You got to stand for something. Because if you not stand for something, you are going to fall for everything. You see? But everybody is different. Everybody is different people. Everybody is different individual. Everybody did not grow up under the same roof. Everybody did not grow up with the same parents. Everybody did not grow up. You know what I mean? So we all will never be the same. And our mind, we will never think the same. But at the end of the day, we can we might find like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? We could find like-minded people. Not to say they and you and them is the same, but you could find like-minded people. So the mindset is everything for real. It's for real. Is where our mind resides. The things we entertain, the things, believe it or not, sometimes I shut down certain things. I'm not even interested in hearing. Why? Why? Because I already see. I already see the distraction and where it's going to take me. So I try not to fall into the traps, because these traps could take you where you don't want to go. You see what I'm saying? So we got to know what we entertaining as well. Because you sometimes you on your positive route. You just into doing positive things, and there's always distraction, man. Come and try to take you away from your path onto doing so, you know, telling you, introducing you to something else. You know what I mean? And this is life. I mean, growing up, you see that too. There's always some kid that want to make you do something you don't want to do. And you got to be strong to say, no, I'm not doing it. We have to be careful with the type of energy we entertain. Definitely. You see, energy. We listen, I don't know if we explain it because I know my experience and everybody experience in the same. And it maybe have a lot to do with how I try to carry myself. You know, I try to carry myself positive. I try to keep myself more connected with nature. So maybe that's why things does come to me in them form. But we actually lose out a whole lot and we don't even understand how and why. We lose out so much in life because we not connecting ourselves. And I'm not saying, I'm including myself too. We're not connecting ourselves. You know what I mean? So we actually losing out. Right now, we in a state where we now fighting to, we now, you know, learning at this age, things we're supposed to know at 5 years, 10 years. We actually trying to learn now. Why? Why you think that? Why you think we actually got to learn things now that we should have known when we're 10 years old, 5 years old? Because we now realize the value. We now I understand the value of knowing these things, the value and how important they are. Because everything was coming so easy that we believe we ain't gonna need this and we ain't gonna need that because everything was just coming. But look what's happening now. Everything been taken away now. So now it put you in a spot now where the things you should have known 2010, we're struggling to learn them today. So, but I say, man, don't give up, man. Just stay positive at all time. Be motivated and don't forget you could motivate yourself too. Don't sit down and wait for people to motivate you. You could motivate yourself as well. You could encourage yourself as well. You know, sometimes you sitting down and you have work to do, right? You have work to do. But you sitting down and you saying, man, I gotta walk, I got them grass to go and cut down the man. I feel like do that to the man. And then you just jump up. You just jump up, get your machete, and you gone. You understand? You gone cutting grass. So sometimes the mindset, one is telling you, man, you ain't need to go, and one is telling you the other thing. So let's just be more positive, wake up, and be ourselves, man. Let me put on this. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes. So, all right, guys. So, off of the topic now, is there, what about the gardening season, man? You know, this week was a week for me that I basically, it was family time for this week. So that's what I was saying in the beginning. Family time, make time for the family. You should always make time for your family. Too much time is not enough when come on family. You check what I'm saying? You can't just live walking and not taking like a time, like a break, man. You gotta spend like a time. You know what I mean? That's very important. All right. So yes, guys. So what's going on, guys? How your guys? How the week going so far? How the fall garden is going? What's going on? How the weather treating you guys? What's going on in your garden? Have you start planting your fall garden? Have you been harvesting anything lately? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. You know, I did a topic last week I did a topic? Yes, I think I did a topic last week with I they actually last week they actually as making I did yeah, I did this topic last week. Okay, let me see where 15. Okay. So much harvesting and putting up food for storage. Busy, busy time ahead. That's it. Is you see that's the thing, man. It's not just about growing the food. It's about the preparation. Is about harvesting. It's about after you start harvesting, what you're gonna do with the food, how you're gonna put up the food, what you're gonna do. All this thing, man, because when you ain't want the food to spoil, that's number one. And you harvesting so much that you have to preserve some of them. So it's busy time. I understand, trust me, I understand. And I know for a fact, if you have a garden and harvesting, it's busy time. You know, this year, man, I'm trying to do a lot of drying a lot of stuff. I'm drying like some of my garlic. I harvest a lot of garlic. Well, I even think I post any video about my garlic. But I harvest a lot of garlic this year. Lots of garlic. So what I'm doing now, I'm drying some of them now. I'm drying them. I cut them up real fine. I'm trying to dry them that I can blend them fine and just put them in a jar. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do everything liquid this year. I'm gonna be doing a lot of powder. That's a good way to preserve. Like for instance, you have mixed herb, you have all different type of herbs, but at the end of the day, you want them separate. Like you have the sage, you have the basil, you want them separate. So you blend them up into powder and that's a pretty good way to me. It's a easy way to store herb because usually I have them dry and just have them maybe in a bottle. But when you blend them into powder, it becomes easier to store. So that's the way I'm doing it. That's the way I'm gonna be doing it as well this year. Also, canning. It ain't easy, man, but you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, let me see. Powder, yes, great way. Yes, yes, that's what I'm doing a lot of that this year. A lot of that. Don't you know my shisha leaf them? I know you guys know my shisha leaf. That's what I'm doing with my shishio leaf now, because it was so much shishio leaf that I was saying, I threw some in my compost pile, I threw some around the banana tree. I was just throwing them everywhere. But now I realize, instead of you throw them all over the place like that, why you don't air dry them and turn them powder? And I've been doing that and it's working great for me. So now I actually having the powder itself instead of all this pile of leaf in bags big like this. You see, I even have some, this is shishio leaf I have here. That already dry. I don't know if you could see that's already dry. So what I'm gonna do with this is turn it to powder. You see, look at this. This is a bag, bulky bag. But as soon as you blend this, it's become not even much in a bottle. So it's, you know, it's a pretty good way to help preserve stuff as well. I have to harvest them turkey in a week. Plus, we've been fishing in and garden, so it's work on top of work. Oh man, them turkey, yo, that's it. That's walk up and walk up and walk. Believe it or not. For real, listen to me. I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand the level of work in this thing, man. Especially dealing with chicken, turkey at the same time. That's another level of work right there. That's walk up and walk up and walk. I was able to donate all my older layers, so it's a bit easier with just a younger chicken. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. Yes, bags and bags. I'm blending them to powder also. Yep, too much cutters. I need my kitchen back. Yes, you'll be surprised how much bags you got to blend of shishio leaf to really get a big jar like this. You got to blend a lot, and if you don't blend them, you have bags upon bags stack away. But you could blend them, and all of them end up right in a jar, which is really. If I did study that before, that's what I want to be doing, because it's so much I throw away. I was just pulling them up out the root and just throw them away because they was everywhere. Yeah. And even the seed is good too to make oil. That grinding up is also, it sure is a lot of work. It's not, listen to me, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's just another way. You know what I mean? It's grinding up is a lot of work to buy too, but yes, it stores up better because it's all up less space. Definitely. Because you will be, I'm telling you, you will be surprised how much herbs you have. And when you blend them, how small, you see how small they become. I have a buckle, a big jar I'm using with the shisha, and it ain't even full yet. And if you see the amount of trees I pull up, and I'm harvesting seed to donate. I'm tired of cutting out seed from all the crap. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So, Urban, your shisho, is it start seeding as yet? Your shisho leave, Urban. Mine start pushing out seed now. So, listen me, them thing does take over my garden, but I'm gonna leave the seed because I need the oil from them. Let me see. My shisho has so many flowers. I hope this seed don't fall as yet. I don't have the time to gather them up. Well, a good way to do that is cutting the limbs and maybe put them in the bags. That's a good way to make it easier for you to collect the seed. Make it a way easier. I keep all those freshness pack and oxygen absorbed from vitamins to use in my dry goods. Okay, 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 okay. I rip out that shit. A jolly seed from last season did not take it over this year. Yeah, if you allow them, they definitely will. That's no joke. Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, them shisho. Listen me. Them thing take listen me, them thing take over my garden. When you walk around in my garden, all they was covering my plants them. So one day I go in there and I just rip them out at the root. And some of them I even throw them in areas and you know they're still growing. Don't you know where I throw them? They're still growing. This listen me, Shesho is a serious plan. It's a very serious plan. I haven't. Oh, you have it. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, it's a serious plan. It could be very invasive because even though you pull them up and throw them in your compost pile, sometimes I just pop the root and just throw them. Them things still growing in the garden. So I had was to go and when I go back and I check, I see I started us to go and roll them up and break them up and because they're growing. And if I allow them to grow and the seed thing, then they're gonna take over my compost pile, and I can't allow that. The seed everywhere I show they will be growing. I'm scared of the Well, you know what? I'm glad I show you guys the video that you guys could see for yourself what Shesho will do to your garden. You guys could see for yourself what it will do to your garden. It will take over. And they grow like trees too. They grow like trees. So they will take over, they will cover your plants. You got to be careful with Shesho, I'm telling you. Yep. I think I did a live pulling them out one day. If you see them thing, I think I rip up about 50 trees that day. And it still have plenty. It still have so much. All the weeds in my yard from the neighbors, I found out it's goldenrod. Goldenrod. What is goldenrod again? No more herbs to collect. What is goldenrod, Urban? You found out it's goldenrods. What is goldenrods? I will harvest the flowers tomorrow, but I want to make sure the seed are mature so I can plant them in the future. Well, that's important. That's important. You need them forget. Mine all of them is still young. I ain't take the mature as yet. So this is why I'm trying to get rid of some. So what I'll do, I'll leave some of the trees up that I can get seed from. But you see the problem last year. What happened last year, right? I pull up the tree. I pull up the tree and I rest the tree on a bed. And I never move the tree. And on that bed, oh my goodness, if you see them and then the wind blow them, so they was everywhere. They will take over your garden. They will take over your yard too. They will take over your yard, all up on your steps. The wind blow. The wind blowing the sea them so far. They will actually take over your yard too. I did a video on goldenrod a few weeks ago. Goldenrod. You want to put it in the chat? Because I don't know what is I can't maybe I know what the name. Goldenrod is an excellent herb of tutti, I think, for respiration system. Really? Okay. Who knows? Maybe I have that plant and don't even know. I have it. That's the video? All right. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely going to check that out. Who knows? Maybe I have this plant and don't know. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's the thing. We learn from each other. That's what it's about. It's about we learning from each other, man. That's how we get better. Learning. Okay. I gotta get back thing now. For this whole week, I was like I say, guys, spend time with your family sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe you're spending. Sometimes you're home, and sometimes it's good to just take a, you know what I mean, and spend some time away from everything. You know what I mean? Give yourself some time to relax. But yes, I will definitely need to watch that video because I need to. I will. Maybe I have these things because sometimes you so much stuff growing up and you just can't. Okay, so this is the video for the what the name of it again? Hold on. Goldenrod. Okay, so that's the video for goldenrod. If you want to know about goldenrod, check out that video. Did anyone in here, goldenrod? Thank you. Did any one of you in here try to plant Rua this year? Did you guys? Did anybody plant Rua? Rua is a herb I introduced you guys. You introduced last year. If you haven't grown a herb, you should definitely try to grow that herb. And it's a herb that come back every year too. So you should definitely try. That's a herb you should try to grow as well. It's could grow as a scrub. It's like a scrub. It's like a scrub. You could grow it on a bank wherever, but it come back every year and it push a beautiful yellow flowers. So it could lighten up your garden and it also loaded with tons of benefit. So that's a good plant you should definitely look into. Yes, it's an it. Guys, these days, let me tell you, man, these days, you got to get your hopes. What's it? Rua. The name of it is R-U-E. 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 When you get some time, check it out. And if you could get that plant, you should plant that. Check do the research and it, check to see, the benefit you could get from it. It's an amazing plant. Okay? Wait, I think I saw seed for the root, Rua. In Rua, the name is Rua also. You could type in root as well. Yes, Rua, R-U-E. You could also, R-U-T-E. Beautiful herb. Beautiful herb. Do your research on it, okay? It's probably somewhere under my tomato tree or pumpkin leaf. You see how I had was to pull out my tomatillo plant. This thing, it's kind of bothered me a little because I was able to get so much fruit from that plant. But the only problem is it was stifling like 15 other plants underneath it. So I had us to report the whole thing, man. But at the end of the day, I regret it because now I seen my plants them rising now and getting pretty and green. So yeah, I think I get. Oh really? Well, get it back. Get it back. It's a beautiful plant. It's an amazing plant. Yeah. La, those some of the tree. Oh, yeah, there is. They out of order. Yes, that's true. I listen me, these things spread and they push the limb. They push the limb like a tomato plant. And they will push the limb and they but one thing with them, they produce a lot of flowers. If you're looking for pollinators to come in your garden, oh man, it's a beautiful plant to drop pollinators to your garden. But you got to have them by yourself because they will actually take over your plant. So the Rua all is an amazing plant, and like I said, once you plant it 1 year, you ain't got to plant it again. It come back for itself. It also produces such a beautiful plant for your garden. So at the end of the day, it's a plant you will love. Even when the branch break, it heal right back and start growing. Said, yes, it's true. It's true. And it's my first time growing the Rua. It's my first time. But I will grow it again. But just by themselves. I'm gonna give them the little area by themselves because it's a fruit. It's like a tomato, but it's a plant you could actually come out with a bowl. Once they start producing, you could actually come out with a bowl on an everyday basis and harvest enough that you could eat. And you could just eat them. The taste is amazing. That's a plant. If you have space, you should try to grow. If there's one plant, you should try to grow. Oh, you mean that? Yes, yes, the tomatillo. That, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I make salad with some of mine and can it. Okay, okay, that's wonderful. Because that's what the you know who love that plant there? That plant there is them like them Spanish love that. They like to blend it and make the they love it. But my first time growing it, but yes, I will grow it again. It's a plant you could always from the spring straight through the summer, straight through the fall, you could be eating from that plant. I eat till I tired. That's what happened. I eat till I tired. They was just jumping on the ground and just, it was so much. They were just falling on the ground. They're still on the ground. There's some of them still on the ground. I'm gonna just mix them in with the soil. If they come back next year, they come back. But and the next thing about gardening too, you always supposed to drop back something in the soil to help enrich the soil. I have two more different varieties that I will be growing next year. You know what? It's two different variety I grow. I grow the purple one and the green one. The green that turn yellowish creamish. So two different type I grow this year. Yes, it is. It is. It is. They make salsa. Yes. Yes. They love it, and I see why. So, but you know what? My thing is, guys, gardening is you got to plant stuff that makes. I can't tell you that. Let me talk about myself. Well, I don't feel guilty because I have a lot on the ground. Yeah, my ground is loaded with them thick bed. so much. Yes, I can only speak for myself when the way I grow food, because I grow I when I start my garden, guys, I think about my garden from the year ahead. I already study out how I'm gonna be doing everything, right? You should try ground cherry too. It's really nice. Ground cherry. Yeah, that'll be one of my plan for next year. Never grow it. So that'll be a plan for me for next year. But yes, what I do, man, I grow stuff that the way I set up my garden, right? I set it up in a way that I don't even have to grow plant anything in the fall. And I do understand we are living in different places, but okay, for people who living in place like me, I I'm not gonna be. I don't need to grow up plant a fall garden. I don't need to, because my thing is focusing on food. So the way I grow, like you grow the brassica, you grow the collard greens, you know the kale, you grow the cabbage, you do them early. You know, so them is early crop, early in the spring. Them is your first harvest. Then you're gonna have kale that gonna remain, go right through the fall. You're gonna have collard greens that's gonna go right through the fall. So you still gonna able to be having harvest from them in the fall as well. Well, the broccoli, I just get rid of the broccoli, the cauliflower, there. But what I'm saying is, the way I do it, I will able to harvest right down to the frost. So I'm not telling you guys not to grow a fall garden. That's not what I'm doing here. Me, I don't do it because of the way so in every month I will be harvesting food in every month from the brassica, which is all in spring, start coming into the summer. I'm harvesting into the fall. So you just keep harvesting. You want to grow food. Well, me, I want to grow food, not just brassica, because them thing you boil them, and how much you're gonna have. You're not gonna have enough to last. You got to plant out, so much. But you can plant other stuff that can help. You check a pumpkin, you might not have space for pumpkin. This is why I'm introducing you on to Edos. Edos is a very interesting crop as well. Okay, guys, don't forget to like this video. Appreciate it. Yeah. Remember, people in zone may not have as much space, so they will need to plant a fall. Well, that's true. That is true too. That is true too. That is true. But what I'm saying too, even though you don't have enough space, there's things you still could grow that's food. Edos. Edos they need too much space. Like a few edos, you could even plant them in containers. That's food. Pumpkin is way more difficult to deal with than any other thing. So, but just utilize your space. But this is me. That's how I do it. My space is different than a lot of people. So yes, that's true. Plant I have a nice handful of edo leaf yesterday. I was smiling from that's callaloo right there, boy. That's callaloo right there. I could imagine. I could imagine. But I'm glad I was able to harvest them leaf, man. Edo soon come. Edo coming. Listening and looking. Hey, how you doing, LP? Thank you for being here. By the time fall come, I'm tired and can't keep up with harvesting. I can't imagine planting again. I prefer crop take that keep producing. That's the one that's the one I just try to do to all that. Crop that keep producing. You know what I mean? So when you plant them in the spring, you ain't gotta worry about, and that's what I try to do too. Plant stuff that keep producing. So it saved me from gotta go and deal with the winter, the fall planting. Yeah, that's what I do too. I hear you. You are different zones, so fall garden means different for you than me. I'll have forest before October. Frost before October is okay, right? Right. So this is you see this is why when you're in a zone, you got to study the zone. You got to study the crop for that zone. And this is the thing. You got to study the crop for that zone because you already know in October, my frost is coming. That's it for me. So you got to make sure you grow stuff that can produce for you all through. You plant them in the spring and they feed you all through the summer, into the fall. Then October, you know they stop. But you've been harvesting from them all through the spring and the fall. So my thing is, like Oba now say, crop that continue producing, that's what I go for. Or crop that I can plant. Like for instance, if I plant the edos, I could be eating the leaf of the edos all through the summer. Then through the fall, I eat the root. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you you eating all through. So these are the crop I really choose. And I think it's a good idea for study a zone and study the crops that will do well in your zone. Because you want the most out of what you're growing, the most out of what you're planting. You know, you want the most, and your planting season is short. So you want to make sure you plant food that you can get as much harvest as you can before, and crop that keep producing. That's a wonderful crop to plant as well. Yes, Edo, yes, Edos. I'm so happy. Can't wait to harvest my Edos. I could imagine. Happy. I plant brassica. They love cool weather. Right. Brassica is a good thing for if October, right? If your last frost, brassica stands up in the cold weather, so you still could grow something. I have to plant kale. My turkey got into my garden. Oh, damn. And eat off all my. Oh, wow. Well, then any time for harvest, right? So, so that, so that's good, healthy stuff right there, man. But eat them down so bad that they want to grow back. Wow, wow, that's some serious stuff right there. But yeah, yes, you got to study your zone pretty well. You know, you got to study your zone, and you got to. It's not just about growing. You got to know what you can grow that can provide, keep providing. So when the frost come, you know that's it. But at the same time, they was feeding you all through the year. You see? So now, guess what? I don't have this brassica. I don't have this cabbage. I don't have this squash. I don't have this okra. I don't have this mint. I don't have this so much different thing. But guess what? And I plant all this in the spring. You see where I'm coming from? I plant all this in the spring. I did not plant nothing after the spring. All my stuff basically planted in the spring. But guess what? I already harvest all that. And guess what's waiting? Turmeric, ginger, peanuts, still harvesting oko, dasheen, tanya, edos, pumpkin, watermelon. You see what I'm saying? 10 different crop. 10 different crop I still have to harvest. And I plant them all in the spring. You see where I'm coming from? Maybe a few early summer. But what I'm saying is, all this time, these things, I'm still waiting for food. So after all these harvests, still there's 10 different crop to harvest from. So, you know, I sit down and I study the zone and I study what and how. You need to know how to, because you need to know the time they take. All that's important, the time they take. So you could do your spacing out. Because you don't want everything tumbling one time, harvesting, tumbling one time and you. Let me see. Yes, I made a video with the damage they did. I almost cried. Wow. But then I was thinking, oh, the beat. Yo. Switch just cool weather crap. Yes, yes. Wow, I'm talking about wow. In my particular yard, I've discovered the established vase colors can survive a relatively mild winter, but they survive then don't grow. Real, they survive then don't grow? Okay, well, I guess that's your experience. Oh, wow. But I do know they can stand some cold weather. I see ice fall on collard green before. Fall cover them and they survive. See snow fall on them and they survive. So, but I understand them talking must be watching them thing for weeks. Oh man, they go they must be watching that thing for weeks, Fifi. I've also had minor lettuce, red leaf sorrel, and some kale on the cover, single layer plastic. Okay. Well, you got to prepare. You got to prepare. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. You got to eat. You got to eat. So you got to protect them. Well, my pumpkin don't have sense this year. I don't know what I'm doing with all that pumpkin and winter squash. Yes. You know what? My pumpkin, them this side, that I is crazy that pumpkin already produce. You harvest in one side and the other side, they're not coming in. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really did not see much bees this year. I see butterfly and I see other insect. But I really didn't see much bees this year, and I believe that I have a lot to do with how slow my pumpkin them take to pollinate, because what happened is they was pushing out the flower, the male, and then sometimes when the female come out, the male already fall back. So that pumpkin ain't get pollinated, so it just collapse, fall off. But lately, I realize there's so much of them coming now. When I look into the vines, if you see so much small one, but I'm just keeping my finger crossed that they could hold on and able to produce before the frost. Yes, protecting them is important. I gotta grow. I see the kids. I see the last year. Thought the winter is a Michigan. Okay. I keep procrastinating and start late, so I start winter with little plants. All right, all right. Yes, plant. I have a picture of V's colors on the snow ice. We had, yeah, yeah. I see that with my own eyes. Snow cover them. Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, need more. Okay. All right. Not enough beans. Not enough beans planted. Yes. Yes. This year I surely did not see many bees this year. And I've been saying this very early. I've been saying this all through the gardening season. I really didn't see much bees this year, and that's for real. Not much bees. I saw a butterfly, just not much bees. And I really do believe. So where's the I have border, but you know what? I'm not gonna harvest my border this year because I plant them this year in the spring and they grow up, but I ain't see no flowers. So I, maybe I need to give them a next year. So I think I'm harvesting them this year. And yes, finally, my pigeon peas, guys. I've been walking, listen to me. I have a pigeon peas 12 feet tall now. 12 feet tall, if you see the thing. And 8 feet wide. 12 feet tall and 8 feet wide. And if you see blossom on top of it, oh my goodness. All I'm worrying about now is the cold weather. Because this morning, it was a little cold. And I'm saying, my goodness. All I'm saying, listen me, listen me. I work very hard on that plan. And I have like 12 of them, but only two of them start pushing flowers. That plant, I work so hard on that plant. And listen me, I got to eat some peas from that tree, man, for real. I saw a shot of pollinators, but they came in late. I even see hummingbird last year. I didn't see any hummingbird, so it's good to know I'm doing something that they want to be in my garden. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think what I do, I think no, is no way. I always see bees. There's no way these bees did not come to my garden. You check what I'm saying because of anything. No, them bees start getting eliminated, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Them bees, something ain't right. I'm telling you. I usually see so much bees. I did a shot last year with in one squash. There was like there was like almost 10 bees down in the squash last year. I think it's getting to a point where they actually trying to tell you to grow. They was telling you to real bees, like do beekeeping, because they realize the bees is getting lesser and lesser and lesser. So I don't think it have anything to do with your garden. I think it has something to do with they just getting lesser because these pollinators. I really think that. There's no way. Oh, happy to hear about your pigeon peas. I will be crying over mine because we start dropping in fourth. Oh, wow. If you, oh man, in 40s, that's not good. In 40s, not good. I've been screaming this morning when I see how cold it is, I say, my goodness, please. Yeah, this morning when I feel, I was saying, oh my goodness, please don't tell me. Because, you know, it reached really far now. It reached really far now. And usually the frost is like November. So in the morning when you get up, it might be chilly, but by 9, 10 o'clock, it's gone. So I'm just hoping that this, at least by from now to November, I should be able to harvest even this one crop from it. And I have plans for it because I'm gonna try protect it to allow it to go through the winter. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to build something around it and just pile it up with leaf. I'm gonna do my best because these plants sometimes last 3, 4 years. But I'm not sure in this kind of climate if that's possible. But I gotta try. I'm not just gonna just give up. I have to try. They spray them pollinators and let out something, something incorrect. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I will be drinking sorrel. Well, you know what? I still ain't see the flowers and the sorrel. I still ain't see no flowers and the sorrel. So I'm kind of worried in a kind of way because it's getting there. And the tree just big and tall and not even all it do, it push a new leaf almost every day, but no flowers. And I saw someone with their tree with sorrel. Yeah, I saw someone actually growing sorrel with sorrel on their tree. And they deal with the cold weather too. So I don't know. And the trees ask, oh yes, there's some beautiful trees. Yes, there is some beautiful trees. This is my third year growing sorrel and nothing. Well, I'm still having hopes that I might be able to see some flowers at least. But I don't see any I never see flowers on them. And in my third year, I don't know, maybe I need to grow a different variety. And what I'm learning that it depends on the pigeon peas you have. Yeah, the pigeon peas, they say go up to 200 days. You see, and then the pigeon peas will go less, like 100 days, I think they say, or 120 to 100 days. So it's the variety we got to look for. We got to look for the shorter one instead of the long one. The long one is we're pushing you so close up to the fall into the winter, to the frost. So we got to look for the one that could actually the shorter crop. That's the only how. With the sorrel, someone told me that there's sorrel that grows 3 months. Someone told me sorrel that grows for 3 months. I don't know. I would like to get my hands on some of those seeds. Because if it's for 3 months, then there's no way you would be able to harvest. Put it out in the spring, you're surely supposed to get something within the fall or before the fall. But like I say, guys, man, time is getting really, really hard. And as the topic was really tonight, is it something really called generation course? And some people say yes, and some people say no. Like me, I say it have to do with your mind. It's a mind thing and how strong you are to let go. and instead of pull it to the next generation. Okay. Yes, there are different variety of pigeon peas, and same with the sorrel. I planted 90 days sorrel and still nothing. You plant 90 days sorrel and still nothing. Oh wow. I got the seed from Hoss Tools. It still didn't bear as yet, and it passed 90 days. Oh, I don't know why. But they do say they have someone to, yeah, I heard they have 90 days, 3 months. I heard that. Hopefully before the frost. I'm not holding my breath. Well, that's what I'm saying too. I still have October. I still have a couple of weeks in November. So I'm just hoping at least, oh man, but it's hard because I start them indoors. You see what I'm saying? So what next for me to do? I start them indoors, bring them out in the spring and still nothing. So I don't know the option here. What I don't know what. Wait, let me see what Urban say. Sorrel was a heavy feeder. Oh really? Okay, it's a heavy feeder. So meaning, mm, okay. So I guess next year I gotta really work on that sorrel plant, boy. I'll try next year again, but this time I will be working on it from start to finish. And you say it's a heavy feeder, but I still need seed. I need a 90 days seed. That's what I want, the 90 days. I'm not sure about the longer than that because once you gotta deal with frost, you really gotta try your best to get the short days crop. But yes, man, if that pigeon peas produce, man, I'll be jumping high. I I know I will be needing a ladder to pick them peas from the top. I will be, listen me. I gotta brace up this thing so all around it I gotta put stake around it and tied up these limbs. Because when you see them things start bearing, them things just bear and the limb does get heavy. But it's a good plant though, because it helps enrich your soil. The leaf, the roots really add a lot of nitrogen to your soil. So it's a good plant to have in your garden. It helps your soil as well, even though you might not be able to get to harvest, but it helps. And then the leaf, you could take the leaf and throw them in your flower spot. It adds nitrogen to your soil. So it's a good plant. You need to give it liquid nutrients often if you don't see flowers by 4 months. Or really? Oh man, I could have give it some of my super juice. Some of my, you know what? I'm gonna choose some around it tomorrow self. I'm gonna choose some around it tomorrow because I still have some time. I still have some time, so I'm gonna try that. Hey, John Stewart, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? It look big and healthy, but no sorry. It's look lacking. My surely ain't look lacking of anything, but oh man said need. So I try that. I try. I add mix in compost twice and feed it with banana water, just like my tomato and it's budding. But still, the sorrel still nothing. Okay. Okay. If it's budding, it's almost there. Next year, get them all here. Okay. The way mine looking, right? when it push out the stuff, it look just like it make it feel like you say, yes, it's ready. But then when you do look a couple days, you see leaf. You see leaf. When you do look a couple days, you go, you say, all right, boy, this look like flowers coming. When you do look, you see leaf. So I don't know, man. But I'm still keeping my finger crossed. I'm surely keeping my finger crossed. Hi, John Stewart, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. But I think sorrel is a good plan. I think the juice is amazing. I remember it was a Christmas crop. I remember that was like the Christmas drink. Sorrel and ginger beer. So we grow ginger. The ginger is getting ready for harvest. I was digging out with a root last week around there and I saw ginger already form and growing nice. So ginger is getting ready to harvest. Also the turmeric also. Planter should have planter should have flowers and Fifi, you need more heat. Mine no mine still and the crazy thing about it, mine I started indoors. It's not to say, oh, I started outdoors, so it was late. I actually started indoors, bring it out, transplant it, and it growing really nice, but just no flowers as yet. But I'm gonna be working on it. Like you say, it's a heavy feeder, so I'm gonna be working on it. Believe just you see that pigeon peas? Believe it or not, I was working on that piece, I'm telling you. But see, that why it gets so big. I was putting in some work on it. And I don't know. But James was on my live and he tell me, he said, maybe I need for you some dandelion and soak it and throw it around the road. But I use dandelion, I use all different kind of flowers. Hibiscus, I use the okra flowers, I use all and I just dump it around the road. Next thing I see flowers. So I don't know if it was the time or is the remedy that he gave me work. So I think I'm gonna try some of that around my sorrel as well. I should have done do that. There is no Christmas without sorrel and ginger beer. You said it right. You said it right. Sorrel and ginger beer. That was the drink. And that's what I thought I want to be drinking this year too. Fresh sorrel from the garden, fresh ginger from the garden. I thought that's what I was doing, but the sorrel ain't trying to come true, man. I have sorrel to drink for Christmas. My sister sent me a backup in case mine don't. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I still gonna keep with if how about if you're still here? How long does it take after the flowering process? How long does it take to actually get mature? If you hear Urban, how long it takes for after the flowering process? How long it takes for the sorrel itself to get mature? My ginger is looking promising. Yes, yes. My ginger already see ginger forming already, which is good. I did get a beautiful harvest last year from ginger and turmeric, so I'm looking forward this year. I'm looking forward. And I have a ginger under the pigeon peas tree. Oh my goodness. If you see how this thing getting tall. I never see ginger tall, so I don't know if it's that with a pigeon peas letting go the nitrogen up in the soil keep If you see how this, like the pigeon peas, like the ginger jumping. Never see a ginger plant grow like that. I hope it growing down under the earth too. Yes, I know it's the heat. I need a night temp and higher in my peas. I'm sorry. Yeah. When my flowers, it took about a month to have bumpers crops. But cause it, in a cold climate, it stunned their growth. Oh. So it take a month. So, okay. So say they start out early October. Maybe I might be able to get something then. I'm keeping my finger crossed. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up at all. I'm getting ready to bring my plants instead for the season. What I'm doing too. You see, like the herbs that you know not gonna last outside. I start digging them out and put them in containers. You know that they could start growing. The root could start to develop. So when you put them inside, the root already start catching. Because I don't want to start everything from seed. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yes, I will have to protect. Yes, I agree. If I was in a warmer place, I would have more crop and option time for me to consider moving. Got you. Got what you're saying about. I mean inside. Yes, I know what you mean. I already start digging out some of them. Yes, I already start digging out some of them and put in pots. Yeah, because the weather is winding down. And like I said, this morning was a little chilly. I don't know how the weather gonna be. I can't trust to say, oh, it's gonna go to October, November. I can't say that anymore. A lot of things strange. You can start sorrel from leaves. So you know what? Thank you for mentioning that. Don't you know? I cut pumpkin leaf. Cut pumpkin leaf, put it in the ground in the dirt, and that thing catch root. The leaf of a young pumpkin. I kind of break it off, push it in the soil, and that thing catch root. Pumpkin leaf. This is for real. So now you say that, Urban, I'm definitely gonna try this. You can start sorry leaf. So you can start a leaf. So right, okay. I'm definitely gonna be trying that because pumpkin leaf works. Thank you for that. Pumpkin leaf work too. So a matter of fact, I will be trying that tomorrow now the weather is okay just to see, just to test it. Hell yeah. Oh, but stay up there. That heat is no joke. Though they finding warm weather fish in the waters up here. It's too cold, too hot. The south, so they coming. Oh wow. Everything is crazy these days, man. I saw plant a video with yes, pumpkin. Listen me, and it ain't one time I do it. This is why I showed that video too, because when I do something, I just want to make sure that is actually work before I present it. So it's more than one time I did it and see it actually work. You could start punking from the leaf. Yeah. Yep. That was something else. Yes, man. This thing, you see, it's so much, guys. It's so much we don't know. This is why I always tell people I never stop learning. I always learn something new every day in the garden. It's so much we don't know. You see, so much leaf we could push in the dirt and it push root, but we don't know if we don't try. You see what I'm saying? We have to try. So now I know for a fact pumpkin leaf grows if you stock them in soil. Now, as Orban tell me, I'm gonna try the sorrel too, just to see. You see? Who knows what else? Oh, you saw the video too? Okay. Yes, this thing is so much we don't know out here. How much leaf? Maybe out there we could actually do that. Instead of we had to worry about the start from seed, we could actually use leaf and multiply our crop with leaf. I'm sure you can do same with okra. Well, you know what? If you, if you, let me tell you, okra, if you can do sorrel, maybe you could do okra too because okra and sorrel almost look like cousin. They look, they almost look like cousin, okra and sorrel. Yeah, so if you could do the sorrel, maybe you could do the okra too. Oh yeah, thank you, Fifi. Yes, that's a video right there, guys, with the pumpkin leaf. Yeah, these things naturally attach roots. The fish are moving northward. Wow. Something is going on, man. Something is going on. And before you know it, you might hear there's no this, there's no that too. Wait, did you guys? Yes, it's getting. Let me see. Yes, they are farming out. Yes, yes. So obviously, if one walk, the other one might walk as well. If you ain't try, you would not know. You would not know if you don't try. And the good thing about it, it didn't take long. It did not take long to start pushing the root at all either. So yes, it's so much, it's so much we learn on a daily basic. It's so much we try to understand on a daily basic, and nature is something. Nature is something, but when we don't know, we got to try. And once we try, we're gonna see for our own self. And just like tomato, you see, like how tomato, when tomato, certain plant, once them body hit the ground, they start attaching root. Just their body. Once they hit the ground and the dirt, they start attaching root. It's so much out there we don't know. And we learning about that as well. That there's actually plants, once the body hit the ground, it starts attaching roots. These are good things. These are good things. So once the more we look, the more we learn, is the more better we get, the more understanding we get, the more we know what to grow, the more we know the easier crop to grow. You know, I mean, there's crop, all you got to do plant them and that's it. They need you for do what nothing to them. There's crop that need extra care, very delicate. You know, the sun can't burn them too hard, or they start drying down. You know, so every year you grow food, you should learn something from the food you grow, the plants them. Learn something, you know, so the next year you understand something, so you know more about the plant, so you know better. And when you focus on plants, man, when you see I lay my eye on a plant, right? When you see I lay my eyes on a plant, and I expect certain thing from this plant, I don't just sit back and say, all right, I put in the work around this plant, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I remember when I start growing pepper trees, right? I have pepper trees that I'm growing now. For over 10 years, I'm growing these same type of peppers. But when I start growing them, they was like 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. That was basically the height. But every year I'm noticing they're getting taller. You know, every year is like taller. But last year is when it pulled my attention. When I decided, I said, nah, these pepper trees is really tall. And when I pulled the tape measure, I realized the pepper tree was 7 feet tall up in the air. You see what I'm saying? 7 feet tall up in the air. So from 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, I've been growing them. And so you as a person, if you're growing a crop and you keep growing it over and over, you're supposed to learn so much about this plant that you basically know the necessary that need done to get this plant the way you want it. So all I'm saying, man, just focus on your garden, focus on your plant. Pay attention that you can get the most out of your garden. Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the most, not just doing gardening. We're looking for the most. We're looking for a plant to produce as much food as possible for us. So put in the work to get more. Edos, if you plant edos, them things could take care of their own self. You plant them and start them nice and deep. And once you see they come up above the ground, you pull the soil around their root, pull a lot of soil around. Them things do for their own self. There's plenty crop that work for their own self. You ain't even got to do anything. These are the crop you got to get into. And at the same time, produce so much food for you at the same time. Okay, so just want to give you guys that encouragement. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget, guys, to like before you go out tonight. And tonight was another amazing night with you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. Coming through, keeping the live alive, keep the chat alive. And thank you guys. Thank you, Fifi Johnny, for coming through. Appreciate you. Thank you, Urban Gardening. Urban Garden Chronicles for coming through. Appreciate you. And guys, don't forget, man. Don't forget to check out Fifi Johnny. All right. Don't forget to check out Fifi Johnny. Meaning she do a lot over there, man. Fishing, real chicken, real turkey, grow food. Yeah, man, don't forget to check out, man. And don't forget to check out Urban Gardening. Urban Gardening go live on Saturday morning, 9 or 10 p.m. Right. Urban go live every Saturday. So check out Urban. Plus, she also upload her videos as well. So don't forget, check out Urban Gardening. Who else up in here? And thank you guys for being a member. I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you, Boy Blue, for coming through. Appreciate you. Thank you, Live from Scratch. Thank you, Jones True. Thank you, LP. Thanks everybody who come up in here tonight, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. As always, man. Thank you guys, man. Thank you again. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let me see. I'm excited for next year garden because I know a lot of my herbs plant will spring back up. So it's less planting from right. That exactly. You're welcome, Fifi. Appreciate you, man. Great. Thank you, Boy Blue. Appreciate you, man. Okay. Urban go live every Saturday, 8 p.m. 9 p.m. 9 oh shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. So you could always check out Urban Gardening. I'm still waiting in last week live. I'm still wait. Right, no, Urban didn't go live last week. Right. But yes, check out Urban. She go live every week. And God Eats Homestead, thank you for coming through, sis. Appreciate you. I got okay. Goes. All right. She said most. Okay, more Saturdays. All right. Okay, well, all right, guys. So guys, we keep it positive. We try to have good life, try to have good conversation. It's very important. Okay, that's Urban Garden channel there. Fifi put up, you can put up your channel. Who else up in here with a channel? Yes. But yes, guys, thank you guys as always, man. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me for 2 hours and change, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night, man. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to stay positive, be motivated. All right? All right. Okay, let me wait till they don't put up them chat. Them links. Yes, guys. Well, garden season is ain't finished. It's still going because we in the heart of fall gardening. So we still in gardening. And guys, don't forget, man, we're gonna be still doing the Herb Garden Challenge for 2024. All right, don't forget, we're gonna be talking about it a little more later down, like in the fall. Yes, cause this time we're gonna be doing it in March, not April, not February. February was a tough one, I'm telling you. Listen to me. February was a tough one. I'm telling you. This year, I ain't gonna lie. This year, gardening was very challenging. Was very challenging. Seedlings, yeah. I barely get leggy seedlings, but I did get some this year. I hardly get leggy seedlings. But guess what? I did get, if you didn't see my cabbage and them was, they couldn't even stand up. You understand? Yes, but was still up turned out to be a beautiful garden. Yeah. So yes, guys, you don't know already, man. Stay positive, be positive. Hope to see you guys next week again. And I'll see you guys when you guys I go well, this week was a really week that I barely watched any videos this week because I take some time with the family, but I will get back on track this week coming here. So guys, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. You guys have a wonderful. Okay, let me see. I'm so pleased with how my garden produced. I did better than I thought it would because of the struggling in the beginning. Well, that's how it is, you know. Struggle in the beginning and turn out good. It was a struggle. I said, I say that, I say that. I even bring out my plans like a month and a half later than I usually do. So that tells you something. Yes, guys. So good night, everyone. Thank you, guys, as always. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Good night.